The next thing to know about using the selection tools is how to add to and take away from a selection that you've made. Right now I've got my rectangle marquee, and if I was to click and drag, I can make a normal selection. To add on to this or to take away, I can look at the very top left-hand corner of my tool options box, and you'll notice that I've got 4 different icons. The first one means I'm in new selection mode, and this is our general one where if I was to click and drag, it just makes a new selection. To add on to this, I can click the second icon, and this is in adding mode. Notice my cursor has a little plus sign at the bottom right-hand corner. If I was to click and drag now, you can see it adds on to the selection that we've made. If I wanted to subtract from a selection, I can click on the third icon. Notice that I have a minus sign at the bottom right-hand corner of my cursor, and when I click and drag, it will subtract away from the selected area that I have. The final icon is the intersection mode. With this one, whenever I click and drag, it'll only select the areas that intersect the new selection that I have. When I let go, this is what I have. All of these can be used together with a variety of selection tools. So if I was to click and drag with a rectangle tool, and then say I wanted to use my elliptical marquee to erase away an area, I've chosen the erase mode or subtract mode. When I click and drag, notice now it subtracts away a circular area from that selection. The best thing to do, however, is to know some keyboard shortcuts for adding and taking away from a selection. I'm going to deselect this. If I click and drag and make an initial selection and I wanted to quickly add on to it, I'm going to stay in my normal new selection mode, but I'm going to hold down the Shift key. With Shift key held down, notice now I'm in the add mode, and whenever I click and drag, bump through, you can see it will add on to whatever I have as long as I have the Shift key held down. If I wanted to go into subtract mode, I can hold down the Option key. Now I've got my minus sign, and wherever I click and drag, you can see it subtracts from my particular area. When I let go of the key, I go back to my normal adding selection mode. And if I wanted to do the intersect mode, hold down both the Shift and Option key, and wherever I click and drag, it will select the intersection of that particular area. So these are some great tools to know, and the Shift, the Option, and the Shift Option key works for many different tools, especially once we start learning the lasso tools.